Exciting episode of Wingin It. It's episode 21. Brennan Duarte, Austin Platts. I'm Dylan Corbett. I will be in the Lou, the 314 this weekend. Austin Platts is about to move states. We got a little debauchery planned this weekend, right? It's going to be good to see you boys. We'll get after it. And Austin's got to be crazy. A little going away dinner, and then you got to start packing.
Yeah, I'm pumped you're going to be here for it. Are you coming to rage with the boys, or do you really have a birthday party going on?
Yeah, so Cal's coming with me. Here's the sketch. I'm bringing the dogs too, a little 8-hour drive. So my dad's birthday, I think he turned 856 last week. But no, he was born in 1947. So what is that actually? Is that 74? A lot of our listeners' great grandpa is probably 74. But anyway, we were celebrating the old man's birthday, St. Patty's Day. So first time I'm going to see him since my wedding. So I'm excited. So I'm going to be hanging out with them, I think Thursday, Friday. I've got the dinner and then they leave Saturday. So it's going to work out a nice little trip. But yeah, so you're excited. You're have you packed up? You're excited to get down to Tejas?
The wheels are turning big time. And I don't have a place. I haven't arranged my moving, so I'm really gonna have to throw everything together last minute here.
For sure.
So your plan is to move not this weekend, but next, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Oh my God, the Masters coming up.
So are you, as far as you're getting your car there, are you gonna like rent a U-Haul to put all your shit in and then tow your car on the back, or how's that gonna work?
You're gonna have to hire a driver. Or your dad will drive it down or something. Sorry.
Nah. I was talking to Grant about how you said a U-Haul, dude. We could just hire one of those guys to drive it. Mm-hmm. And he's like, bro, I could just whip that bitch. I'm like, well, what about your car? He sends me a picture of a U-Haul towing his car.
Yeah.
He just goes dead ass.
I thought he was going to send a picture of his, like a car being sandwiched on top of a U-Haul, like you would put a mattress there with ropes.
Dude, my dad literally always does that. He'll put the mattress on the top of our van, and he looks like a fucking goober. He looks like Christmas Vacation.
Yeah,
I was going to say that's such a fucking 1990s Christmas Vacation move.
Something fucking, so I always tell you guys, thank you for rating, subscribing, reviewing, rate it whatever you like, 1 star, 5 stars. We appreciate feedback. First time I ever gave out a 1-star review today. Oh my fucking God, dude. I'm pumped. I'm going to St. Louis. I've been golfing twice. As you guys know, I'm on the road to 80. I shot a 90 and then I shot 100. This past Sunday, but it was a 55 and then a 45. So how about that? I bounced back. But I'm loving golf, and the only thing missing from my fucking bag is a driver. I'm looking to golf this weekend in St. Louis, but I go to the PGA Superstore, right? And it's like, okay, club fitting. I just need to go for a driver. That's fucking it. I'm there. I'm waiting. It's like 10 to 15 minutes, and some guy finally comes up to me. Oh, yeah. I'm like, hey, I'm looking to buy a driver. Can I just what do you like? I'm literally, you have the sale. Just put a driver in my hands or a couple of them, and then we are good. And you're getting commission on like a $500 driver. Hands me one driver. This guy vanishes. He's gone. So I am just sweating my ass off, hammering 50 balls into the simulator. There's like a crowd gathering behind me. And all of a sudden, some other chotch with a badge on comes and goes, how's it going, pal? I'm like, yeah, do you think I could like see another driver here? Like this thing sucks ass. And he's like, oh yeah, man, we've got people waiting. You're gonna have to put your name on the list. And I was just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, I'm just like biting my tongue. I'm like, oh my God, sweating bullets, like going after I hit like 10 duffs that like almost hit people behind me. I'm just walking out of the store and I was like, what the fuck just happened there? This is the PGA Superstore and it was the worst service ever. So I just literally sat in my car and blitzed them on Google reviews.
Wow.
I feel like half the people that even go and hit balls are like teenagers that are bored and need something to do.
Yeah. It was a little
But
bad.
The PGA Superstore, though, I mean, I'm sure there's some legit people trying out clubs there.
Like someone recommended it to me. I literally went out of my way to fucking go there. And it was I walked out with a box of teas, like in disgust. I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to not buy something.
Maybe they're like, this guy's too young. He's not going to buy anything. They thought you were one of those kids Austin's talking about, just someone trying to use the simulator.
Right. I was a little offended. They must have saw like a couple of my swings and they're like, buddy, here's the putter. Yeah, I was offended. I was literally so heated.
So you're still looking for a driver?
Yeah, I might take some suggestions in St. Louis. I might buy one in St. Louis because I am looking at golf.
Dylan's like, give me any driver. I don't care how much.
I have a funny story. On Saturday night, we went to our friend's place to watch the Mizzou game.
Oof.
RIP. And afterwards, like we're all like, okay, let's go out to the bars. Let's go get hammered. And Drew Ellis, my roommate's like, I think I'm just gonna go home tonight. I got an early 9 a.m. tea time tomorrow morning. He's like, I'm just gonna take it easy tonight. You guys have fun. So he goes home while all of us go to the bars. The next morning, he wakes up early to make his 9 a.m. tea time, gets to the golf club, and they tell him that he never actually made a tea time. He completely forgot. So he's like, fuck. So he decided to just hit some balls on the range and then take it easy. But he was pretty pissed.
This is the second time in 3 weeks that Drew has done this also. And he both times he was supposed to golf with his dad. And both times his dad's like, what the fuck, Drew?
I'm weak. I've got Drew like in the Golf Now app, like after a few beverages on a Friday, like planning a great weekend of weather, time for some golf, and just forgetting to punch submit now or like confirm payment and showing up at the course. Yeah. So anyway, fuck the PGA Superstore. That's all I had.
Drew just gets drunk and is like, I want to golf. We should golf. Who wants to golf? I'm like, dude, we're going to be so hungover in the morning. I don't know why he gets this obsession.
Brennan's notoriously and notably anti-golf, but I just love the fact that it's a recreational game you could play with your friends and you could like get obliterated responsibly, right, with a sober driver. But that you could drink of, like you can't drink and play basketball, like what we used to love playing pickup in high school.
That's true. But
yeah.
I really dislike waking up after a night of drinking, being hungover, and then going to play 4 hours of golf. That's just rough for me.
You got to keep drinking. I went to the dentist today. What are your guys' thoughts on the dentist? Do you go? I go once every 6 months. A little general cleaning.
Yeah, so do I.
I just went to the dentist as well, and I fucking hate it.
Yeah,
honestly, I feel like it's luck of the draw. Like you either have someone that sucks and like scrapes you to death, or you have like an old lady that's like, "How are you?"
Okay, so I was having terrible experiences at the dentist a few years ago because I was too lazy to floss. Mm-hmm. And I finally started flossing a couple years ago, like probably 5 times a week. And it's been so much better since then. Like it doesn't feel nearly as bad when they like scrape your teeth and gums. It's kind of life-changing. And it's good for you.
Floss is a game changer. I was the same way. Like as a kid, I was kind of like, I don't know, like, as a kid, no one liked brushing their teeth, but you still do it. Mm-hmm. Floss was eventually, I was like, okay, as an adult, I was like, I should be doing this because the dentist recommended it. Wasn't it always so sly because, everyone's had a tobacco addiction at some point in their life. You're like, oh my God, do they think they're going to know I had a lip today? Like trying to sneak by that you like tobacco from the dentist.
Yes.
Dude, there was a huge spider in my room
Oh my
right in
God.
front of me.
Nightmare fuel.
It's huge. I gotta kill it. Hold on.
Oh God.
Like in this-
Please do not show me, dude. That is
Dude.
my pet peeve. When like you're scrolling on social media and all of a sudden there's just a fat fucking spider.
Dude, it's crawling on my wall, like out of nowhere. I'm like, what the fuck?
You got to take off your shoe and kill it, bro.
It's just sitting there in this crease. I'll get it in this. Oh,
Ask him his thoughts on the dentist.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just went
His
to the
last
eye
check-in.
doctor because if you wear contacts, you have to go to the eye doctor every time you want to rebuy contacts, like once a year. And hold on, let me kill this thing.
Sure. Well, off that note, we are branching out to a lot of different topics, which is going to be perfect. So we'll knock out a bunch. Also, programming note, of course, your 60 seconds of tea with Jack D and our next guest, Alex Brcic. He's coming up after our usual topics between us three.
All right, spider's dead.
Good.
But I just went to the eye doctor and I got my eyes dilated
Yes.
Baby.
for the first time, and you can't see anything within like 3 feet of you for like 3 hours. And I'm just shocked they just let people drive themselves home because 95% of their patients are people over the age of 70, and they just dilate them and send them off.
Yeah, that's actually kind of dangerous. I never thought about that. I thought they made you wait there, but I've never really been to the eye doctor.
Well, let me be clear. You can see far distance.
Right.
Uh-huh.
It's
But
just a little bit
anything, like-
sketchy.
Yeah, anything in front of you. Like I couldn't even see my phone. I was trying to get gas, and I was like, well, "How much is gas?"
Or that lady in
That's
front of me.
scary.
No, but seriously. So off that point, you're a contacts guy. You just got your pupils dilated. I'm a glasses guy. I mean, I can barely see when I'm talking to you guys because I take it off for the camera. But are you getting LASIK? I hear how fucking awesome LASIK is. Grant Seller, shout out. Told me it changed his life. Brad Bird, shout out. Also shares a birthday with my wife, I believe. I thought it was Randy Corbett, but a lot of March birthdays. Yeah, dude, I kind of have a weird, I don't want to have lasers in my eyes, you know, but if LASIK is life-changing, I better fucking cough up and get it.
Yeah, I'll probably get it. Apparently they crank out like 30 to 40 a day or something crazy. So it's definitely legit.
Yeah.
I
No,
just-
it was
I think
like,
it's
it was like 5 years ago. It was like this new thing. And then now it's, I think it was Brad who was telling me like his dad got it when it was really infantile, I guess. Like it was this new thing that now it's 5 years accelerated. It's so commonplace, as you said, 30, 40 a day by like various doctors.
Yeah, I feel like I would totally get it if I.
Do you have bad vision, Brad?
You know, had to wear gloves. I have 20/20, luckily, knock on
Yeah.
wood. But I think if I would do that, I would get LASIK over wearing glasses or contacts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to pay like $1,000 a year, not 1,000, but like a good amount of money a year for contacts. I mean, I should probably do it.
Dude, I literally couldn't wear contacts because my eyes were so dry. Like I felt them in my eyes. It was uncomfortable to wear them. And maybe I didn't try out like enough pairs to actually get used to them, but I was just immediately from the get-go, I was like, this is not going to work out.
Dude, I love contacts. It's still just so weird to me that you just put this little lens in your eye and boom, you can see. I don't know.
It freaks me out. Like with sleeping, like you have to take them out. Like it's just like a whole nother thing to remember. Like if you're drunk or something, if you sleep with them, then all of a sudden you wake up and your eyes are like fucked or something.
Yeah, you got to get the dailies. You just pop them in and out. But dude, glasses, like, how do you lay down with the glasses on and like?
You got to get a little
Don't they-
crease. Yeah, it's tough. You got to like have your head on like a crease, and then and dude, it's weird trying to find like a good pair of glasses.
The thing is now is wearing masks with glasses too fogs them up.
Sucks ass, dude. Like my life is miserable. I can't handle it.
Yeah, that's like the worst part. Also, I have like this really good eye doctor, and she told me that the blue light glasses are a complete hoax. She says that they don't do absolutely anything and that you should just keep a distance away from your screens.
That's actually the reason I don't wear it is because you can see my ring light in my glasses. You know,
I see it.
Whoa.
So off of the dentist too, as we were just branching off of topics as we usually do here on Winging It. Has everyone at least in their point had a tobacco addiction? You know, not like full-fledged, like, oh my God, but everyone was trying tobacco when they first turned 18, weren't they? At least some point.
Dude, when I was like a sophomore, junior, senior in high school, I was dipping like a can a day, which is crazy to think about.
We were dipping in class. It was the most fire thing ever. It made the class fly by.
Yeah, I feel like if you're a guy, you for sure had a tobacco addiction at some point, probably high school or college.
Well, I mean, everybody has had to have had a nicotine addiction. I mean,
even now,
80% of
Juul.
people were juuling in college.
Yeah.
I was going to say, me and Bren got into the dip game. Bren never got addicted into the heater game. Luckily for you. I always kind of look back on that and it's like, God, I hate myself for like liking cigarettes now that I've been smoking for 8 years and it's been fucking terribly tough to quit. But I also have had some of the most memorable conversations over a heater. Like I've met lifelong friends over a heater. So I don't know. I'm torn on it.
Yeah, I mean, those conversations you have when you're about 7 beers deep.
You couldn't not smoke a cigarette at least like
outside of the bar.
Yeah, when you were drunk one time.
Honestly, that might be the best part of any night. Your first cig after a few drinks, right outside the bar.
You just rip it and then you go back inside 5 minutes later.
It's all downhill.
I'm going back to the homies.
It's all downhill from there.
Yeah. You know those people that are like, I haven't smoked a cig a single day in my entire life. I'm like,
fuck you.
Good for them, though. I mean,
better than me.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, I think there's at least like a good majority of people at least tried a cigarette. Who knows? But yeah, I just thought that was crazy. And to think when we were, our parents, like imagine not ripping heaters when it was, you were weird not ripping heaters, like everyone's smoking on an airplane, Could you imagine not touching a heater like one of our parents?
Yeah. And like, I mean, even we were alive when restaurants still had like smoking sections and stuff. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. So anyway,
it's crazy you could literally smoke anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, take me back.
And then like they put up like dedicated smoking areas. They were probably like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, smokers felt like their rights were being infringed on. All right, let's get a little serious here. Let's talk about some interesting topics. All right, first we'll keep it a little light. Time travel. Sunday, I was literally on the can, I wake up, I'm on the can, doing your business, and then you're scrolling through TikTok more times than not, right? And I discover this time traveler on my FYP page. And it was just immediate. I immediately sent it to all the boys, basically wing it. I sent it to Brendan, Austin, and Jack. And it's this dude and like, you don't even know because it's just TikTok. It's this guy just posting basically clips of like the movie 2020 and predicting stuff in the future because he's a time traveler. Now that may be crazy, but the Pentagon is releasing information about UFOs and people don't seem to care. This guy is telling us in 2021, we will have the first maybe it was 2022. We'll have the first alien contact. But basically, he predicted like a bunch of natural disasters in 2021 this year, which, dude, like we just saw the skyline of LA blood red not a couple months ago. Do you believe in time travel? Was I an absolute loon for sitting on the can for 40 minutes watching all of these guys' videos?
Dude, I don't know if I believe that, but that shit did scare me. Where it was like in 2024, a meteor will destroy France.
Yeah.
So much fucking, and there was like
the Great Reset. at World War III, 2051,
Yeah.
the Great Reset, like in the 22nd century. Oh my God.
I have to throw this in here real quick. Brennan, Matt Mooney has lived with Mark Goldstein for the past 6 months.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
We're talking about it in our group.
Our
Time
roommates.
travel. There's no fucking way you can go back in time. I mean, it's just like
Have you seen
absurd.
Tenet?
It's the first
Yes.
app until I fell asleep.
Oh, come on. Stop it. You paid
Dude,
$19.99 for that.
you can't go back in time. That's absolutely absurd to even like. That's
But
like
how do you know? Because this guy's from 2582. So that's when you first discovered time travel and he's back. No, I love how one of his videos, he's like, I know there are a lot of imposter time travelers out there, but trust me, I am not one of them.
What is this on?
TikTok, baby.
Oh my god. But you can go forward in time. It's like proven. All you have to do is go fast. If you can go faster than the speed of light, if you go around the earth for like a year, you will have experienced less than a year in your life by like a certain amount of time. So like you will have aged less than the people outside of this theoretical train.
Right. So basically how we're gonna tell if this guy's a kook or not, which I thought was interesting, was that he predicted that we were gonna have the craziest tornado we were ever gonna see in 2021. And it was going to be, it was kind of weird how he did this. He was like, the tornado will begin in a city named Birmingham in the state of Alabama. Like he was some alien not familiar with the U.S. city of Birmingham. Like he was not familiar with the United States. But so if this tornado, which he is basically saying is going to be called like a G5, it's a tornado that'll last 4.5 hours and go from Birmingham to Nashville, then this dude's a time traveler. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, that's bold.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to wait. This guy was basically predicting natural disasters, and then alien contact in 2022, and then World War III in 2051. Time traveler.
So this is going to sound absurd that, okay, so I don't think time traveling is true, but I do think people could almost get like signs from God that something's coming, or like a supernatural vision that something's coming.
I believe in destiny. Like I believe in certain powers like that. Like, dude, there's some like crazy. Like my dad once, he went on. Speaking of my dad, who's 74 years old and likes to do crazy stuff. He once went on a freighter. Not a cruise ship. He literally boarded like in a janitor's closet himself aboard a freighter just to go to like the Indies Islands, and take photos. So he takes this beautiful trip of like photos and shit. Comes back last day. He's very homesick because it was a month. He just took like a month trip on a freighter. And he's looking through his bag and he can't find his camera roll. Like basically all his fucking photos he took. He is searching this bag inside out, all his luggage, the entire thing, ripping it up. He's like heartbroken. He's, oh my God, this entire month of isolation has been for nothing. He gets home. It is sitting in his bag once he opens it, and he got in his bedroom.
What the fuck?
And it's just like, there's, when you misplace something, you're like, where the fuck? And then all of a sudden it appears and you're just like, holy crap.
So are you saying that's
There's
almost
forces.
like,
There's forces out there.
oh, okay, so he misplaced his camera.
Or what if that was Randy from 2582 and he's like, I got you, bro. Here are your photos.
No,
God.
I definitely believe that people can have visions and predict stuff. Like some dude predicted like 3 crazy things like you were saying, but I don't think they're from the future. Let's just say that.
Well, this guy also claimed that the creator of The Simpsons was a time traveler. And that's also been like, that's a notable conspiracy where it's like, what the fuck is going on where The Simpsons are predicting all these life events?
Yeah.
But again, it's him kind of collecting on all the obvious, right?
Right.
Do you guys fuck with the ocean?
I fuck with the ocean. I'm a big ocean guy. It does. I don't get why people are scared of it. I guess I would be scared to like go out in the fucking middle of the ocean on a little ass boat.
Yeah.
But I guess when you say that, do you fuck with the ocean? Are you talking about just like being at the beach? Or are you talking about like
I'm
being
a
on
little bit
boat?
scared of the
What are you
ocean.
talking about?
I'm a little bit scared of the ocean. Like I'm
Like, are you scared to be in the water at the beach?
like if you're inviting me to Panama City Beach, I'm going for the beach. And I'm probably avoiding the ocean, but I'll go in there to piss. No, yeah, I'm not like avoiding the ocean, but I'm always just kind of like, Jesus Christ, you know, like if I was dead sober going into the ocean and it was a little bit murky waters, I'm out of there. I'm not swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fuck with it. Deep water, like if I'm stranded in the middle of the ocean by myself, fuck that. I mean, get me out of there. I do say that I will almost do anything. I'll skydive, I'll eat whatever.
Yeah.
I do think I'd swim with sharks if I had the proper people around me, but that does sound scary.
This is the source of my fear a little bit. I mean, I've always been kind of scared of it, but I was one trip when I was in high school, probably like right before we became friends, maybe a year before. My parents take me on a trip to the Galapagos Islands, and it's like, okay, it's, you know, it's like a discovery. It was like a Discovery Channel trip. It was weird. But one of the excursions was us swimming with hammerhead sharks. And we just hop on, like you said, a rubber skipper, you know, and we're just fucking, you know, it's like early morning. We're on choppy water, mist, like gloomy ass day. Water is green, like you can't see it. And I just see a fin fucking like behind our goddamn boat.
It's like Jaws.
People hop in the water and we're like, all right, let's go. Yeah, let's check out that. There's a bunch of hammers over here. And these are hammerheads, you know, like murky water.
Are hammerheads dangerous?
They're known to be aggressive.
Okay.
So I'm in this murky water, I kid you not, for 15 seconds. And I'm just like doggy paddling. I look to my right and I just see a large gray figure. And I just go, get me the fuck out. I sat on the boat the rest of the excursion for like an hour and a half as these people are watching hammerheads like dive on the prey and shit.
Fuck that.
Dude, I one time I was on a jet ski in the ocean and we were pretty far out, and I remember seeing a shark fin, and the terror that goes through your body, it's just like right next to you. It's like, holy shit. And you just leave like immediately. I'm like, imagine if you just hopped in and saw it face to face with you.
I know.
I heard if you like look it in the eyes and like push it down, though, they'll like never attack.
If you hit it in the nose, yeah.
But that you only need to do that if they're like fucking coming at you. Really,
that's when your fight or flight kicks in. Like I've never experienced, so that's my shark experience where like it was fucking 4 feet to my right, but it wasn't like attacking me. I've never had like a bear experience. I bet that would be probably equally as fucking frightening if you just like came, or like a mountain lion, if you just came head to head with a fucking animal like that.
Yeah. That shit scares me. I think I'd be more scared of coming across a bear in the woods than like a shark in the ocean.
Yeah. That's a good would you rather.
A bear or a shark?
Yeah. Would you rather encounter a bear in the woods or a shark in the water? Oh my.
But I guess like if you're in the woods, you could also, I mean, you could bring like a gun with you or something.
No, you're unarmed. Yeah. You're unarmed.
Dude, probably the shark thing, because you can just do the shark thing I just said. What are you gonna
But
do?
I'm not a great swimmer. Oh, but you're also not supposed to run. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I don't know. Play dead.
Oh my God. Just die. Just
that would
killed.
Be scary as fuck, playing dead. I don't think I'd be shaking too bad. I couldn't do it.
They can sense when you're faking.
God, I feel like we have so many topics. Maybe we'll spill them over with Alex Brcic coming up too. Of course, your 60 seconds of tea with Jack D coming up as well. We're giving you a lot of content here. We've had some great episodes, some great listens from you guys. You guys are enjoying the clips. We enjoy having you here in our space. And the website will be launching along with episode 21. So excited to do that here on a Wednesday. Okay, let's talk about NFTs. We kind of sort of touched on NBA Top Shot, But then I was having a conversation about NFTs because now you see the Kings of Leon, a rock band, sell their album as an NFT.
I did not see that.
Yeah. So more and more people are getting into the digital space. The first NFL player to allocate some of his salary this year into Bitcoin is now all of a sudden one of the richest offensive linemen in the history of the NFL because Bitcoin skyrocketed the last 2 months.
I did see that.
The NBA is getting into the game with the Top Shot, Kings of Leon with their shit. Bryson DeChambeau just launched digital videos of like his kick-ass drive where he drove it over the water at fucking Bay Hill. But I heard a greater kind of theory for what this is. Have you guys read or seen the movie Ready Player One?
No, I have not.
So it is basically based on the future is going to be, we are already on our phones, 4 or 5 hours a day. All of a sudden, there's going to be this alternate virtual reality universe, which we're already seeing with headsets. But that's going to be the next thing. We're going to be spending 4 or 5 hours a day in there. So this is people already getting digital shit that they could show off in this virtual reality universe as like, so them buying this shit so early makes them a museum in the world we're all going to be living in.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This
Crazy.
is
Blow your mind.
You say it and it's like, oh, that's not gonna happen for 50 years. But think about it in like 10 years if we're like, oh yeah, he got rich off NFTs or he got rich off the virtual thing. I could hear people say that.
Yeah, I mean, there's already people who have gotten rich off NFTs
and I haven't, so I'm kind of like, I'm observing from afar. But if people are still a little bit confused about what it is, it's basically you selling a digital property like so put it in our terms. If say we get famous in 5 years and like we're the biggest thing in life, we could sell the original Winging It like 10 episodes as an NFT for billions. That's like, take that comparison to something else. Barstool can make money off of Dave's original shit from way back when. It's just a whole nother monetization effort.
Dude, I saw the video where the guy made 67 million off his piece of artwork.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Oh my god.
His family had like a watching party of the bids go up, the auction.
There we go. Our guest is next. We'll keep it going. All right. Good to get our guy Alex Brcic in here. Fan of the show, friend of the show. Alex, welcome in. We've got some fresh topics for you. You got your furry pal with you. We love seeing our good boy. Welcome to the pod, man. Good to get you on.
Well, happy to be here, guys.
Woo!
Austin Platts, Brendan Duarte. I'm Dylan Corbett. So let's get into it. First of all, Alex, you're in Denver, one of my favorite places. What are some perks of living in Colorado? Of course, first of all, a little background. We all went to high school together. Former Missourian. Now you're in Denver.
Yes, sir. Yeah, no, I mean, perks of Colorado. I mean, for me, it was always just like the activities. The first time I came out here, I was staying with a family friend, going to some like football camp because I was like at Boulder thinking I was about to go, D1 or something. But so we're driving up, like right along the Front Range, and I see like first thing I notice like in the sky, just like looking at the mountains, right, all maze. I see like skydivers like just falling, like coming down, parachuted out and everything. I was like, oh, okay. And then we passed like a racetrack, and then we passed this like reservoir that has like the ability to ski and boat, wakeboard. Like you can also just man-made like beach and just chill. So I was like, yeah, this place has it. And I already knew that like snowboarding was a huge factor. So just being outside.
Dude, that trip we went on for Labor Day, that house in the mountains, that was my first time in Colorado, and I fell in love immediately. And I'm pretty sure we booked the house for next year, like the day we left.
Yeah, Gray actually was just out here, and he was saying, he was like, wait, has he been on?
No.
he was saying, he goes, yeah, dude, we still have that place reserved for Labor Day. They just hit me up saying like, we'd like you to confirm by like this date if you guys want it again. So you guys trying to?
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
I'm about it. So yeah, background, Bren, you, me, Austin, Alex, Gray, a bunch of our friends, Labor Day weekend, Lake Dillon. That was something special. And to Alex's point, like, dude, there's something about, I once drove through Colorado. I think it was Southern Colorado, Southwestern. And I was literally just driving by myself, partaking in some marijuana. And I was moved. I was moved by nature. Like I couldn't stop staring. Like the landscape is just beautiful out there, and we experienced it that weekend.
Yeah, it's definitely breathtaking. That place we stayed too, like I've never stayed in a place like that. Like we were just literally the highest house on the hill. I mean, on the mountain, I should say, but we like hiked to the peak in the morning and stuff. Like it was just crazy. And for anyone who knows Colorado, is like when you're coming down the bit after the tunnel, when you're coming down that big hill, the first like place you could stay on your right up on the hill was us, but big greenhouse. But yeah, that was awesome.
Does Idell live with you still?
No, he actually I think it's been like 2 weeks now, maybe 3, but he's got a place right now. And then him and a few guys out here are moving in together. I think in just a few weeks, actually.
Bren, I got a question for you, and then I'll get Alex's thoughts because I think he may have given it away. Your ideal vacation, are you just with a tropical drink in your hand on a beach, or are you trying to get up and after it, you know, whether it be hiking, skiing, maybe partaking in a local museum?
Yeah, I like the Smithsonian's.
Yes.
I mean, I would say I'm like more of a beach guy over a mountain guy, but I think when we went to Colorado, one thing that I liked a lot about it was like the first night we stayed with Alex in Denver and got like more of the bigger city experience. You know, we got to go out that night, get dinner and get drinks. And then the rest of the weekend we stayed up in the mountains. It was more relaxing, kind of just chilled with the boys, didn't like go out or anything other than, you know, grabbing some food, but also got to like explore nature and stuff. So I think we got the best of both worlds with that. That's why I like the trip so much.
And Alex, kind of touch on that. It's like, what's the difference? Because there is it's a different scene, right? The city of Denver, and then kind of getting out into the mountains, the ski resorts, whether it be in winter and or summer.
Yeah, and you get like 2 total different climates too with that. Like, I mean, like the mountains, you don't need AC because it's just always really nice up there and whatnot. But like down here, it's a lot like St. Louis weather. Like, I mean, we get hot days. It's the sunniest city in America, I think, because we get the most sunshine or whatever. So it's wonderful weather. I mean, dude, you can't beat the weather here. That's the wild thing. But don't get me wrong, like a beach, I just like growing up, whenever we went to the beach, I always found myself after like the first day of chilling, I was like, I need to do something. So like, that's yeah, I guess personality wise, that's exactly.
I'm beach as well. I mean, I'm vacation. I'm pro vacation. Austin, do you have a side there?
Yes.
Fuck, anywhere to get me out of this city, I'm down.
Well, wait a second. That's interesting because we were touching on this before we hit record. Austin about to move to Dallas. Alex, you've been in what, Denver for how many years?
I mean, I'm coming up on 2 years, I think, this June, so not too long.
So something I think is interesting to explore is there's a little bit where you were like, you wanted to get out of Missouri? Like Denver is one of the greatest places to live, you know, don't get me wrong, Dallas too. But was there a little bit where you're just like, shit, I just want to kind of branch out and see the rest of the nation?
Yeah, for sure, dude. It's like my pops and mom like moved to New York when they were 18, 19. So they have all these stories about them moving around, and then they ended up back in St. Louis. And my sister, right after college, went to New Mexico, had a whole like life out there, and so it's kind of easy to like with the family, it wasn't like they couldn't say nothing. They did the same thing. So that part was easy. But yeah, there's a part of me that was like, maybe it was that, but like at the end of the day, it was just, like, why not see what's out there? Like, basically, when Brinkman offered me the job, they were like, hey, we got offices, St. Louis, KC, or Denver. I was like, I have a choice. And they're like, yeah, what would you prefer? And I was like, I mean, KC or Denver, like, I've, grown up here, like, why not? So I interviewed both offices, and they were like, hey, Denver likes you. They like want to fly you out for an interview or something. I was like, yes. So that was easy. And haven't really thought. I mean, actually, I won't lie. We've thought about moving. We've talked about moving all the time. Like, back on the whole how's Denver. It's a total different culture change. But
expensive.
I kind of wanted.
Yeah.
But dude, I want what you were talking about. Platt's moving to Dallas. What were you saying? I want to hear that.
Yeah, Austin, kind of similar things. Like, so dude, the best thing that ever happened to me, I was born in Connecticut, was moving to St. Louis because, like, well, first of all, I love the Midwest, but I like just meeting new people. I like, especially now that we're, in our 20s and, going on our 30s, right? I just like branching out and meeting new people. And I feel like Austin's kind of had that feeling too, because wasn't it kind of a spur of the moment? Hey, I've got a chance where my company's in Dallas. I can go do what I'm doing there.
Yeah, literally that. And it's funny because we visited one time and I'm like, oh, yep, let's do it. And it's like the only city my company has another office in. So I'm like, perfect.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. I can't wait, dude. I've been so jealous because like Darian makes visits down there and like sees all these friends, and I'm like, I got no one to visit down there, and so I'm like, yeah, I'll be with Platts. Don't worry about me.
Oh yeah, we got to plan a trip. Alex Brcic with us, and we got Jack Duncan coming up with his 60 seconds of tea. Alex, we got to get your thoughts on ghosts. Do you have something here? What do we have here? Some great stories.
I love ghosts. I'm a big ghost guy. I got some stories. What do we want to talk?
Didn't you give a speech?
I'm a professional. I did not set that up pretty well there with my question, just throwing a dead fish in your lap. So how about ghosts? No. So basically, I'm a proponent with you. I believe in spirits. I was wondering, this was a tip. I'm going to have to yell at a producer. Has there been an experience with a ghost in your lifetime?
Yeah. You remember
First, like, didn't you give a speech at Windsor Crossing about seeing?
Yeah.
Is that different?
A little bit different, a little bit the same thing. Maybe it was the same, dude. Maybe I'm just all total psychotic. But dude, remember Steve Wallace back in the day?
Sure.
I don't know. You remember? Okay, so in like the 6th or 7th grade, I was sleeping over at his house, and I remember they would like pre-sleepover, like the maybe 5-6 visits to his place. They would always talk about, his family would always talk about this like ghost. I forget their name, or his name, but he would like, all he would do, he like wouldn't destroy stuff, but he would like go in their rooms and like undo their drawers, like looking for something, and then like go through the cabinets and all that. And so and like sometimes like put the plates off, like as if they're like trying to get behind or something. And so one night I'm like sleeping on the couch upstairs, everyone's downstairs because I'm the loser with the 6 a.m. soccer game my dad's picking me up for, and being like, you can only sleep over if you're ready, like blah blah blah. So I'm like, I wake up at like 2-3 a.m. and I was like kind of just like startled, and I look down the hall, and so set up, right, like, you're laying down the couch, and it just like looks straight down this like corridor of their like rooms, 2 rooms on the left, 2 rooms on the right. And I look down the hall, and so the story goes that this guy who owned the house hung himself in Steve's closet. And whenever Steve left his closet open, they would all like have nightmares, or like Steve would have nightmares, and like if they all just figured out over the years, like they'd look over and be like, the closet was open. And when they bought the house, that they were like, that information was disclosed. So that's how like real it was. And so, and I didn't know, did you guys know this, that a realtor has to disclose that to you if they know that knowledge?
The ghosts?
Yes. If
That's
there's
crazy.
hauntings. So
That's got to
anyways,
take the value down. But on that note, kind of in the news too, I think there was a viral photo where some woman shared, I haven't checked that out myself, but you could Google it. Some woman shared like that her daughter was saying that she was talking to somebody in her crib. So she kind of took a video, right, on the baby monitor.
yeah.
And she was shocked to find like this demon-like figure like talking to her in the thing. And in a quick story on that, yeah, it creeps you out. I'm sure people listening has got just chills right now. I lived in like an old barn. My parents still live there in Connecticut. And we just, in our kitchen, we have two kind of just doors. I don't know what it's called, but it just kind of, you like push them and then they come back. Wow, it probably sound like an idiot, but
Like they just swing.
yeah,
like
and
back
it's
to
like
the place,
creaky. Yeah, so it's a swinging door, like two creaky swinging doors. We don't know if it's the wind. My parents always told me it's the ghosts. I'll just be chilling in the kitchen and it's just, just these two things fucking going.
Yeah. Dude, so I wake up at like 2 a.m. I look down the hall and I think this dude, what I see is something walk across the hall, like from Steve's room to what is his parents' room. And I literally think nothing of it, like other than just kind of like turning over back to bed. And then in the morning when I was waking up early, his mom was putting away all the stuff in the kitchen and she's like, oh yeah, like Gerald was back again last night. And I was like, what? Like, and she like literally like everything was just like placed out. And I was like, because when I first woke up and I looked over, like, you hear the clanging, you're like, God damn, like you're waking up, like no fucking way this is happening
not trying
right
to
now.
Look right.
Yeah, you just like, but you're looking and she's just putting the dishes away. And I was like, did you just do all these dishes? And she said that. And I was like, all right, yeah, so maybe this is a real thing. And then I've had a few other like weird incidences, but yeah,
I'm with
that's
you,
my
man.
ghost.
I believe in spirits.
Yeah.
Brennan was freaking out that whole story. Did you see him?
I mean, that's like the start of a horror movie.
Yeah, well, that's what. So then, all right, so then that like solidifies, like, okay, in my head, like, there's something to this. So over the years and any other sort of experience, like, you guys remember the KKK house?
Yeah,
in Wildwood, right?
St. Louis.
The
Yeah.
haunted
So
one, yeah.
me and like 11 dudes said fuck it and went there, and we're like, we're going. And this was like sophomore year, I think. And so we went like,
give a backstory of the KKK house, though.
Thank you,
Before people think you're racist.
Thank you.
Fair.
So, all right. So there's what was it, like Ridge Road, I think, and you drive all the way down Ridge Road and you cross over some train tracks, but right before the train tracks there's a gravel road. You take a right, and long story short, there's this perfect old, like, I don't know, Victorian house. Is that what I'm thinking? I don't know. It's just this old school like farmer house, up on the top of the hill. And the whole like story goes is that it was a KKK house because people have seen like people meeting up there at night, yada yada yada. So it just got that bad name. And so anyways, the whole story goes is like everyone tries to walk up at night and it's like 6-foot cornfield or whatever, like grass, and we're all just like looking left and right, and you just end up getting too scared to go because it's like a mile drive or like gravel driveway or whatever. So me and like 11 dudes, and we're like, let's go, we're gonna we're figuring this thing out. So we go up there and just like guns blazing, and we get out there, and this kid Max, he pulls out these fucking brass knuckles, and we're all like, "What are you doing with those?" He's like, "You never know," and he just like wraps his hand with a shirt and punches like a hole in this, like the one window we found that wasn't boarded up, and so we just break into this house, and I don't know if I should be saying this, but anyways, so we're walking all through the house, and it looks just like it was like bums sleeping there. Like literally there was a pull-out couch, and I think like that was it. And like, of course, so we go to the basement, and it's just like wooden stairs, no railings, like horror film style, and just a concrete basement, literally nothing down there. And so then we go back up, and what do we do? I don't know. Yeah, well, yeah, we're all just like, but there's like, we got numbers. So like,
True. Yeah, there you go.
You know what I mean? Like that feeling at the bar when you have literally everyone you know around you.
You
guys
guys are all back to back looking at.
You're like,
I
hope someone hits me right now, type of thing. So, anyway, so we're messing around. But all right, have you guys seen? What is it? Oh, jeez. What's the one of the scary Paranormal Activity 3? I think when Toby has the little door closet.
Yeah, I am not a scary movie taker, and I will never ever go to a haunted house. So I mean, I'm in the minority. You're already creeping me out.
I've only seen Paranormal Activity 1.
I'm freaking out over here.
So there's this little closet door in the side. I mean, older houses have these all the time.
Yes.
But it's like in the side of the room, and it's like this little storage just to utilize space. And it's literally just a continuation of like, you know, however the exterior comes in, right? Long story short, there's this little 3 foot by 3 foot door, closet door, and it's swung open, and it's just black as hell in there, like just dark. And the floor had like dark, like almost like someone was burning from in there. And yeah, and so we're taking pictures of like everything. Just why not? We all have our phones out, everything. This is like sophomore year. So what was it? iPhone 3G, 4S maybe? And so anyways, yeah. So I probably had a Samsung thinking I was sick. But anyways, we took a few pictures, and on like a lot of them there was those like white streaks all over them, and they were inconsistent, and we all then shit our pants and like dipped. And we like checked out a few spots, but get this. So the biggest part of the whole thing, we're walking up around the house, and someone was like starts freaking out, and they're like comes over, and we all like run over, and there's this fucking decapitated horse, head missing, right?
God.
And we're like, the fuck, like everything. Dude, is so gross. And so, anyways, all of a sudden, the kid with the brass knuckles finds the fucking thing on a stake on a tree stump, and we all ran after that. I shit you not. We said, let's get the fuck out of here right now, and we left. So,
dude, to that point, it's like, yeah, you could be with the boys in a bar fight, but as soon as something spiritual gets me in the fucking heebie-jeebies, I'm fucking out of there with, you know, shit hanging between my fucking cheeks.
Dude, it was nuts.
Alex Brcic with us. We appreciate your time. Fan of the show, friend of the show. If you want to get on and cut it up with us with a couple of topics, feel free to reach out too. Alex, we hope to get you back on here soon. We appreciate you stopping by.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Alex was like, that's talking about ghosts is the last thing I thought I was going to be doing.
That was crazy. Okay, welcome in. Glad to get Alex Brcic with us, our latest guest. Of course, you know him. He's Jack Duncan. He comes on every week. He's our 60 Seconds of Tea with Jack D. And it really is the most informative stuff. Like 1 Minute Man's one thing, but we've got Jack Duncan. So let's start with some serious stuff. Austin Platts, Brendan Duarte, I'm Dylan Corbett. We're putting out a lot of content to you. This episode's going to come out with the website. So we are debuting this on Wednesday. It's going to be a great debut kind of week. I'm going to St. Louis, hoping to kick it with all these guys this weekend. But let's get into some serious topics first. The scandal going on with David Dobrik, Jack. Elaborate.
Yeah, I mean, what goes up to the top must go down, I guess. He's been at the top for a while, and I guess, I mean, I don't know if you guys know about it, but they're saying that he helped cover up one of his Vlog Squad members, like maybe taking advantage of a girl. And then there also was some videos that surfaced of some racist comments he made way back in the day. And I mean, he's getting dropped left and right by sponsors. HelloFresh dropped him. Forgot who the really big one was, but
I saw today he could miss out on $1 billion.
Yeah, it's crazy. And he's putting out these like apology videos, like crying on there. And I don't know.
I heard that his app, he's not even a part of the Dispo app anymore.
They dropped him.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, they dropped him.
So what's it called now? Was it just called Dispo? Oh, I thought it was David's Dispo. Oh, it's just Dispo.
I've got some thoughts on this. I've been watching from afar. I'm the guy who didn't know who David Dobrik was until I saw his fruit punch fountain. So like I had no idea who this clown was.
Brendan fucks with him.
I thought Austin did, but anyway, he's a YouTuber. Does either of you have some background of kind of like this dude he's basically Logan Paul, right? He's another form of Logan Paul. He's a YouTuber.
But he's like the nicest dude ever. Was like
right. That was his shtick.
Yeah. Right.
I guess not so much of a douchebag like Logan Paul and Jake Paul.
Sure.
I actually never even watched any of his videos. I just kind of knew him because all these celebrities kind of like this goofy kid that was like so nice. And then he like became huge, I feel like.
He's from like Naperville, like right outside of Illinois or Chicago. Yeah.
So he's got like 18 million subscribers on YouTube, and like YouTube's the way to go, TikTok's the way to go, fast growing stuff. But I want to kind of pose this to you because I watched or I kind of absorbed all the information. I thought KFC did a great job of breaking it down today on 1 Minute Man for Barstool. So it's a video from a couple years ago with some dude named Dirty Dom. Red flag numero uno. But like, so again, it's like David was in the wrong. Like he's coming, if you see all the videos from the vlogs, he's basically a vlog squad member. And credit to David that he eventually realized this guy was probably a scumbag, so he broke ties with him. And this is what happens is like, it's the age-old question. It's like Josh Hader, a relief pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers. He had racist tweets when he was a 16-year-old. I don't have racist tweets, but I definitely have dumb shit that I've said when I'm a 16-year-old, you know? And it's kind of like retroactively like canceling people. This was 2 years ago. David Dobrik, the implications in the videos are bad. Like when they kind of survey the room after this alleged sexual assault, and it's like, was there a murder here? And then you hear that it was actually like non-consensual sex, and you're like, that is disgusting. But it's also, it wasn't David Dobrik. Like he was using his power to get girls over, to get girls drunk. And I think Dirty Dom was taking advantage of that because he's the true sicko here. But why is David Dobrik, and again, I'm condemning both of them, why is David Dobrik losing $1 billion and Deshaun Watson still has a job?
Dude, Platts, do you have an ESPN app or anything? Because
wait, what did he say?
What did Deshaun Watson do? We're on number 14 in the past like 3 days. Woman number 14 who came out with sexual assault allegations against Deshaun Watson. And now there's all these tweets that like, dude, you should have signed your contract because like who's going to sign him now? Like,
well, on that, what happened here, and I'll give a little basis here. So basically, Deshaun Watson, an arguable MVP type quarterback for the Houston Texans. He wants a trade. He's very public about wanting a trade. All of a sudden, his name is in the headlines everywhere to where it's not just people watching on Sundays. It started with 3 women making an accusation. It's like, okay, you know, you still get the Neanderthal caveman coming in with his club. Another victim, just a woman. You know, you have all those comments coming in, just the sewer of Twitter. But then you read in to the similarity of all of them, where he is basically thinking that he can Instagram a masseuse, DM her, and it's like Uber for sex. So the details of now 14 women are all very similar, where they show up thinking this is a business transaction. I'm going to give this guy a massage, this pro athlete. Deshaun Watson's butt ass naked, rubbing his penis on her and saying, I could either help or hurt your career. And now it's 14 women.
Jeez.
It's on his Robert Kraft.
Yeah, I mean, literally. I mean, Robert Kraft was there actually paying for a service. Deshaun Watson is using power to coerce women.
Is Deshaun a free agent? Like, did they let him go, or they're like, we're not letting you go?
Dude, they're probably gonna get. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen.
People are saying he won't ever play again. I mean,
well, I think the owner of the Texans lawyer is the one who's now representing all the women in court.
no, they were neighbors, and they're trying to like make that connection. And yeah, that makes sense. But if that was one or two women, okay, that can be he said, she said. I don't think there's any question at this point. It's like Deshaun came out after the first or couple cases, and these are civil. Here's what's interesting is like these are civil cases, whereas these aren't criminal charges. It's sexual harassment versus sexual assault, rape.
Mm-hmm.
Ronaldo's got this against him. McGregor's got this against him. He's got 3 of them. It's kind of just how you want to take it. If it was 1 or 2 against Deshaun Watson and they were maybe different stories where it could have been possibly perceived as this is an opportunist, if it's 14 massage therapists saying this dude invited me over and was butt-ass naked here expecting oral sex, that's a serial predator. It might not be serial rapist, but that's a serial harasser.
That's Deshaun Cosby, literally.
There you go.
The thing with David Dobrik is he came out with a YouTube video of that night, right? That's why people.
Well,
Yes.
it's people have been resurfacing it, right? Or did he repost it trying to prove himself? No, yeah. So
I don't think he reposted it, but there was a YouTube video that he posted of that night.
He's in a tough spot because he didn't really do anything. I mean, I'm sure he was trying to just have fun, and I'm sure if he found out about it, he probably cut ties with the guy and didn't want to embarrass, I guess you could say, the girl. But people are gonna get mad and be like, you should have said something. And I don't know, I feel like a few years might go by and people might be like, you know what, David's a really good guy, and he wasn't the guy that did it.
Same thing happened to Logan Paul, completely different scenario. We're not comparing the two, of when he had the Suicide Forest scandal and everyone thought he was going to be canceled when he filmed like people hanging from trees in the Suicide Forest in Japan, and now he's bigger than ever. I mean, Dirty Dom's got, it's almost like, and I'm not kind of condoning David Dobrik, it was a lack of judgment. It was his fault. Mm-hmm. Should he lose billions of dollars? I don't think so.
Is he losing the money off losing his sponsors?
It's like sponsors are just dropping potential money. Yeah.
And here's why: because he swung and missed on the apology. He went from the accusation, and then he tried to jump out in front of it with, quote, "Let's talk" on a YouTube video while disabling comments and likes and dislikes. And then he had to come out with like 2 or 3 more apologies. Really? Again, it wasn't him. And like, again, it's the two things. It's like, wait a second, how does Deshaun Watson still have a job where he's a quarterback and he's got 14 women? And David Dobrik is basically getting I don't condone what he did. He was wrong, but he didn't do it. He was association because he hung out with this guy and his power helped this predator get to these women.
So is David Dobrik stepping back for the time being away from social media, or
he said he's taking a break? Yeah.
Scumbag, I think we all agree. Let's move on to lighter topics.
Okay. Let's see. I know we talk about him literally every week, but Kanye, pretty crazy actually. Worth $6.6 billion, which makes him the richest black man in American history.
Sorry, I didn't want to indict David Dobrik. I meant Dirty Dom, the scumbag. By association, I don't like seeing people lose their jobs, but obviously a tough scenario. Back to Kanye.
But Jack, I did see that, and then I think I saw Forbes put out an article saying that that's false info. It's actually closer to like 1.3 billion or something like that, which is still fucking insane. But I think Forbes did put out something saying this guy is actually not that rich. He's just pretty rich.
I saw something similar to that too. Did you see Barstool posts on Twitter about Anna Kendrick? And it's like,
I immediately went and Googled that.
Yeah.
It says that it's $2.3 billion because of her original investment in Dippin' Dots.
Yeah.
And you look it up and it's just like 20 million.
Yeah.
Well, dude, aren't Yeezys like they popped off right when they debuted? Like that has to be. Like,
He also
profit.
owns like Adidas puts out Yeezy, but he has like full rights to
Yeah.
Yeezy, which is pretty crazy.
Do you guys have Yeezys?
I don't.
None for
I
me.
don't
No,
know
I
if they make my
don't.
size.
Didn't Kanye sign a collab with Gap like a year ago too?
Yeah,
Did that ever come out?
but they're working on it.
Oh, I thought that was this past week or something. I was just like,
No,
bro.
dude. I remember the news came out, and me and Aaron immediately invested in Gap, and we're like, we're gonna fucking show these people. We were in on our first, and
Bro,
then we
wait,
sold out 2
what?
weeks
That
later.
would be like me like reaching fame and then losing it, and then all of a sudden sponsoring Metamucil like for digestion.
Well, maybe it's his way of getting like how he has all the high end stuff. Like this is his basics line, maybe.
I thought he was going for money, but then again,
I think.
I think he was maybe trying to do something how like Champion
Yeah.
sure.
was like very, cheap, and now all of a sudden it's like, higher price. I think
Little
he
bit
was trying
back.
to do that with Gap.
Okay.
Saw an opportunity.
My dad's gonna be ecstatic that Champion is back.
This
Well,
could be completely wrong, but I think he might have worked at Gap when he was younger.
Hmm.
That might just be complete
I'll
bullshit.
tell you what, I'm not partnering with Waterway anytime soon. All right, some
Would
more.
you rep the Gap Kanye if it came out?
Bro, when is the last time you've had Gap?
Exactly.
I'd probably get something.
I mean, hey, I respect to the Yeezys. I think those are dope, but yeah, I guess we'll see. I just saw it's like Kanye and Old Navy come out with slacks. It's like, what? Yeah, that was kind of how I viewed it.
Well, I just got teed on my first topic. I just got corrected, so
No,
that's
come
a good
on,
start.
come on.
All right. There is a woman who's known for sneaking onto flights. They call her the serial stowaway. She's like 70 years old, and she literally looks fucking nuts. And she was finally apprehended at the O'Hare Airport.
She would
hide in
sneak
the
on
luggage?
flights just to like get a free ride, or she would like
She would literally
hide in luggage.
No, she would try to sneak on, and she's gotten on before, and she got a restraining order against her from the San Francisco airport for trying to sneak onto 6 different flights, and they caught her, and she's just
that
dude,
has to be like a federal crime
dude, she's literally
after 9/11.
I mean, she looks like she just wandered out of a home. Or
Don't
something.
you have to show your ticket to the when you go through security?
Yeah, and then
there's, like,
you're
4
there's
different
this-
checkpoints you got to go through just to
Yeah.
stand in line for the flight.
well, that's her passion, the serial stowaway.
I've got her, stowing in luggage, in the bottom of planes, or impersonating what are those people that walk through the aisle and take drinks?
flight attendant.
Flight attendants, impersonating a flight attendant. Yeah. What
reminds
was
me
that
of
movie?
Catch
Catch
Me
Me
If
If
You
You
Can.
Can. He was he was a pilot though.
He was a
kinda.
pilot. He was a lawyer. He was a doctor. That movie's sick.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of the best.
Tom
Yeah.
Hanks, Leonardo.
Based on a true story too. Fire movie.
Jack, I got to stop you right there. Kelsey is absolutely obsessed with your recommendations. She has a suggestion, and the one that she loved. First of all, we checked out the Eilish documentary. I didn't think I would enjoy it. It was pretty sick. It was like
Was
a
it good?
cool look into her life. Where was this other one she sent me? Was this you? I got to correct myself if it wasn't. Operation Varsity Blues.
It was not, but I had that on my list for this week. The College
there you
admissions
go.
one.
Yeah. Anyway, we
I've
look
heard that's
forward to
killer.
some more recommendations.
Yeah. Oh, I actually have to give a shout out to my girlfriend because she absolutely went off on me because last week I said that Platts got me on Love Island, but really she got me on Love Island.
What?
Sorry.
We're getting kept accountable on here.
But she's an avid female listener of the pod. When we switched it to Tuesday, she called me and she was like, "You guys didn't record yesterday?" She listens to it every week.
People were worried. I know. Well, we got out in
Yeah.
front of it. For the female listeners, Kelsey came in with a submission. She's been so she didn't have a job for a little bit. Now she has a job again. but she's been binging a lot of Netflix, and she recommends Ginny and Georgia. I haven't heard of it, but that's her recommendation.
Heard it's good.
Did she say she only recommended it to female listeners, or was it to the general?
She said,
population?
she said I've got a kind of a female. So it might be more, I don't know, female oriented, maybe a show. It's a limited series. I never heard of it, but as soon as we hit record, I was like, sure, I'll throw it on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, this is pretty stupid. No screaming on roller coasters under California's COVID-19 plan for the reopening of California. How the hell do you mandate that? You can't scream. They come get you from the top.
Why can't you?
Because if you're spreading germs.
Oh my!
I
They
feel like
stopped
it's just
the
one of
ride
those
at the
things
top.
that they have to say, but they're not actually going to mandate.
Well, dude, they're literally, their social media is a thing. They're going to get flamed if they say something like that.
You're about to hit the drop. They just fucking shut the ride and stall. They walk up the wooden stairs to kick you off.
Get
Dude, I
everyone down.
miss amusement parks. There was nothing better than us literally cackling in our basements, planning to get high before the Six Flags field trip senior year.
Dude, I fucked with Fright Fest at Six Flags
Same.
during Halloween. Fright Fest was sweet.
Dude, I fuck with the Batman and Mr. Freeze at Six Flags.
Yeah.
What about the boss?
The boss is fire too.
You know what I don't fuck with? The one that it's like the skyscraper takes you all the way
Superman.
up.
Superman.
Fuck
Oh
Superman.
my God.
Nope. Fuck that.
Some girl in Kentucky got her legs cut off by the
Yeah.
Superman.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. Yeah, that's terrible.
Okay. Yeah. There's a more space talk. There is an object that is floating around space that is a breakaway piece of Pluto. And
Oh.
they named it Oumuamua. Sounds Hawaiian.
Rolls right off the tongue.
Yep.
I saw that there was a Earth-like planet that people discovered light years away, galaxies away. The time traveler called that, by the way, on TikTok.
Yeah, that shit's kind of crazy. What
We
you
talked
sent
about
me.
it earlier. Everyone
Yeah.
shot me down. I sent it to Jack too.
Yeah, I'm with it. I like it.
How about Pluto being a planet our entire childhood, and then one day they're like, "Psych."
Yeah.
I thought they call it a planet now again, or am I wrong?
No.
Dude, I
they-
think we all fell in love with Pluto from the Magic School Bus. They loved Pluto. No one else is a Magic School Bus fan? What the
I
hell?
don't even know if I've seen the Magic School.
Dude, Miss
What?
Frizzle.
Maybe
Yes,
like
thank
once
you,
or
Jack.
twice.
Miss Frizzle, the redheaded chick, they'd get on the Magic School Bus and go fly around the universe.
I'd rewatch that right now.
Dude, you definitely watch it like Mr. Swan's class or some shit.
Doesn't have him.
All right, well, whoever the other one was.
Doesn't have her either.
Okay, this is kind of crazy. A Chinese, like a bowl, like piece of china was bought at a garage sale for $35 and it resold for $700,000.
Like fine china.
Yeah, but someone was just selling it, clean out their garage, and so maybe we start hitting yard sales.
Dude, my brother says that all the time. He's like, you know how many parents are throwing out Pokemon cards these days?
That's what Gary Vee does. He
Yeah.
goes to
Dude, I might just be making this up again, but I'm pretty sure someone found a copy of the Declaration of Independence.
dude,
Nick Cage?
what are you smoking?
They signed like 10 of them, and some lady gave this out at a garage sale, and it was behind a
He
painting.
gave out an
Dude,
original copy
there's-
of the Declaration
What
of
the
Independence.
fuck is this?
You're
Yeah,
telling
10
me
bucks.
that-
And then
Wait,
the
you
guy
said there's
resold
10?
it to the government for like millions.
Dude, not.
Oh, fuck. Who the hell
Please
gave that to
fact check
Sandy?
this. That we can't let this.
All right.
Check this.
That we need a fact checker.
All right. Someone filibuster.
Miami underwater in 10 years. Also time travel. What happened there? No, that you know what's funny though is so you hear about all these guys in their 40s and 50s kind of saying, were you right, Austin?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn it.
Ad and a $4 picture frame.
Yeah, back in 1991.
Well, everyone's kind of so all the baseball cards are selling now. Are NFTs in 50 years the baseball card? I mean, like, what else? I'm kind of halfway joking. I'm halfway not. But what are going to be some shit like that we grew up with? Is it going to be a Yu-Gi-Oh kind of deck holder? I had one of those on my arms. Dude, I was literally about to duel anyone.
If
with
it's
one of those
Yu-Gi-Oh,
shits on my
Trevor
arm.
Dillon's
Dude, Trevor Dillon's about to be
Bezos.
to get cake.
Well, I'm
He's
gonna have
gonna
to
be
post this
loaded.
clip in the LHS 2014.
Dude, one of my highlights of my life was when I beat Trevor Dillon at the lunch table because he tried to play a disqualified
bullying.
card and I called him out and I won.
Oh wow.
No one
Wait,
had
he
like
played a
ever
what
beat
card?
him. Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! I think it was Yu-Gi-Oh!
Had to have been.
That's great.
But on NFTs, I saw something so dumb that there's an NFT coming out of you can like this dispensary is selling NFTs of strands of weed. And like
Just
this
to look
dude,
at.
this dude just tweeted and he like zoomed in on the article like 4 different times just on the thing that said you can't smoke it, but because it's like you're buying
Please
a
do not
strand of
touch.
weed, but you can't touch, like it's an NFT. Yeah.
Dude, we were talking about this a little bit earlier. I was so I'm late to the ball game. I'm kind of just monitoring it. It started with NBA Top Shop and then Kings of Leon, their album, NFT, Bryson DeChambeau. Hey, remember that drive I hit 370 yards over the water? That video highlight is now an NFT. It's all based on the premise that we are spending 4 to 5 hours on our phones right now. We're going to be spending 4 to 5 hours in virtual reality where all NFTs will be on display. And that's why everyone's getting in right now. And they're so valuable.
Whoa.
Mind fuck.
That's pretty crazy. I didn't know that. All right, what's next? Oh, this is kind of crazy. World might be ending. A volcano that has been dormant for 6,000 years erupts in Iceland. That's
When?
wild. Like literally like the other day, like 2 days ago. Yeah.
I'll
Whoa,
have to see if the
how
time
about the,
traveler had that one.
Isn't there supposed to be an earthquake in California? Like that's way overdue.
That was the time
The
traveler.
big one.
Yeah, it was called the big
like
one.
the one that like separates them off. Like
Yeah.
Well, the San Andreas fault, right?
yeah, that's
What's crazy though is like, so again, the time traveler. I know I'm the loon of the podcast. Hello.
I'm with
But-
you.
Yeah, so the time traveler said basically we're gonna have a crazy ass tornado this year, and we're gonna have a crazy ass earthquake in California. Dude, wasn't it last year when Colin Cowherd literally had to stop his broadcast because he had an earthquake like in California, and he was literally live on TV. He was like, "Holy shit, bro!" So this guy is saying, the time traveler, he is saying that the big quake is gonna happen in 2021, and not only that, it's gonna be followed 10 minutes later by a tsunami because it is so big.
they usually come hand in hand.
Brendan thinks we're watching QAnon with his mother right now. I'm just too much conspiracy.
Not
Dude, I
so-
watched QAnon with my dad last night.
What is going on?
But the time traveler didn't call the volcano.
Iceland. No, but that is crazy because that is wait a second, isn't there a myth that Greenland, so isn't it kind of, I think it is Greenland's actually all ice and Iceland's actually like pretty green, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of counterproductive names there. All right. Krispy Kreme is offering free donuts all year to anyone who shows a vaccination card.
I did see that.
Like you could go in potentially like every single day and get a free donut if you're
I'm starting to get
flashing.
the pressure from my friends. My friends are all starting to get the vaccination right now. And I'm looking around. They're like, "Hey, Dylan, you want me to sign you up?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm already immune. I'm 27." I'm just kidding. But it's starting to get to the point where it's widely available. And now you're going to be like looked down upon if you don't get it, right? I don't
Yeah,
know. We've talked about this a little bit, but
There's going to be all like little sales deals like that, I think.
I'm not anti-vaccine, but I'm not just like, in a freaking track meet trying to get there to get it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not in any hurry at all.
Yeah, I mean, like
The
my
donut- Go ahead.
mom got it, and I think my dad did too. But like,
Right, and that's great. We want all our parents, grandparents,
yeah,
relatives.
but like,
vaccinated.
I also don't like have like time right now to go wait in line at the doctor. Like, if I can just go to like a flu, like when I go pick up my prescription at Walgreens and I can get a flu shot.
Drive-through. Bingo. Yeah.
Well, I'll walk in and they're like, just get your flu shot. You get a $5 coupon. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I'm not going out of my way to try and get this. Like,
Yeah.
trying to launch a website.
But yeah. All right. This is sick. So it was originally going to be a movie, but now it's a 8-episode, wait for it, limited series produced by Martin Scorsese. And it's Jamie Foxx playing Mike Tyson. It's about Mike Tyson's life.
Ooh.
I heard about this. It looks awesome. I didn't see any clips or anything. I think Jamie Foxx was making the late night circuits, perhaps.
Yeah.
But an awesome idea.
Totally. Good
When you
idea.
talk about these, Jack, are these coming out in like a year and a half?
So the ones I talk about usually are like either out or about to come out.
There's like a rush going on right now where we were all dry for content, right? In the coronavirus. Now we're just getting the shit ton.
Right. But Austin, I don't know the exact. This one probably will take a while because he's got it. I mean, he's shared a selfie where he's been putting in work to look like Mike Tyson.
Did you check out Scorsese's? What was his last one? Was it with De Niro on the Netflix one? It was like
The Irishman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard mixed reviews. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was just really long, like super long, and I don't know. It's
overrated.
Yeah, it's overrated, but I still kind of liked it. But I guess question I was going to ask you guys because I'm curious, what's your guys' favorite TV show? Each of you, like your all-time go-to. Like
God,
you got to throw something on.
I mean,
I'm just gonna throw out a bunch. How I Met Your Mother.
That's what I was gonna say.
Prison Break. These are some of my growing up kind of cult classics. True Detective season 1.
Yep.
Oh, I loved Mr. Robot. Succession is great. God, there's a lot of new shows that are fantastic.
Mr. Robot cannot be your favorite show of all time.
Bro, Mr. Robot might be the most criminally underrated fucking show ever.
For me, I would say, I mean, like for like light watching, I would say like The Office,
The Office,
Family Guy.
Yeah.
For something a little heavier, like Breaking Bad, probably.
Cool.
That's a good question.
I was just interested.
Austin just downloaded Spotify, so.
All right, what's
Do you have
next?
one, Austin? No.
Yeah.
What?
Do you have a favorite TV show?
Yeah, The Office.
Oh,
Like
Parks and Rec's another good one too.
Parks and Rec is funny. I don't know. My first show growing up was kind of like How I Met Your Mother. That
I was a
watched
Seinfeld guy. Did you guys get
Oh
into
yeah,
it?
I
Yeah.
watched,
watched
all
it.
this.
Yeah, with my parents a lot.
I
I
doubt
watched
it
all
holds
of it.
up now. Like my dad loved showing it to me, but I don't know if I would show it to my kids. But it's so fucking funny.
Do you think Gen Z kids have even heard of Seinfeld?
Dude, no. Have you seen that TikTok trend where they like play like songs and shit like that you should know,
Yeah.
Right.
and they're just stand there like it's literally disgusting.
We're already old. It's not even about like we just got to keep up. We got to stay diligent to keeping up.
All right, time to rip through these because we are getting our countdown coming already.
Hope you guys are enjoying the content. It's been great to get this as a recurring segment. A lot of you have appreciated it. We've appreciated it, especially Jack Duncan, Austin Platts, Brendan Duarte. I'm Dylan Corbett. 60 seconds of tea with Jack D.
All right. An ex-intelligence director says that the upcoming UFO report details are very difficult to explain. They're coming, baby. They're here.
The time traveler said 2022. but yeah, the Pentagon is now actually saying, hey, we're going to release these details, which is so funny because everyone's like, oh my God, conspiracy theories on the internet. And then once the Pentagon releases, it's like, whatever. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Was it Russia who said that we've talked to aliens recently, like a month
I
ago?
don't know, but did you see that picture of Putin dripped out outside of his helicopter in that that fur fit?
I did.
I'm
see
going to
that.
look it up.
Dude, he was. Someone quoted it and said, "All right, this is the most fire fit I've ever seen. Like aside from it being him."
I'm literally typing in Vladimir Putin dripped out.
It was on Twitter. It was like a.
Last note on the UFOs, I read an interesting quote where it was like, and maybe it's officials being ambiguous, but they were like, You know what? Maybe it's just like I worry it's a technology that another country has developed that we have not seen yet.
Whoa,
Which is just like, oh my fuck.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
If Biden came out tomorrow and said we have came in contact with aliens, how do you think the economy would react? Do you think people would freak the fuck out and like board up and shit?
Try
Or
and find like the next stock that's invested in like alien guns.
yeah.
There's literally just gonna be $alien. I saw an ETF $moon. Have you seen this where it's like moonshot? It's literally just like oh, shit,
Moon.
All right. This is kind of. She came out and tried to defend it, but Kylie Jenner, a makeup artist that she'd used in the past, got in a car accident, and their medical bills were like $60K or something. And she put on her story like the link for the GoFundMe and like asked people to and she donated like $10K, and everyone shut up, and everyone was like going off on her because she's a billionaire. And then she like released some statement that like she's not personally close with him, blah blah blah. But everyone's like, come on, that's like $50 to you.
So the story is that she put out the GoFundMe because the surgery was $60,000 and she only donated $5,000 to it.
We'll put the link out, yeah.
So people were ripping her apart because she's a billionaire, but she couldn't spend $60K for her friend's life-saving surgery. And she came out with an apology today that said, at the time of her putting that GoFundMe link out, the goal of it was only $10,000 and it was already at $6,000. So her $5,000 put it over the $10,000 mark. Now, I don't know if that's actually true or not, but that's her side of the story.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
All I have to say is it's just hard being famous. I mean, like, especially in that scenario, it's like you can't win. You're trying to help a friend, and it's like, what?
yeah.
You're a billionaire. Help him more. I mean, I don't know. I'm not siding either way, but it's just like people are just looking for some reason to yell at you.
People have too much time. That's for sure. But you could look at it either way. But all right, we got to rip this because we're running on time. So Miami state of emergency. That shit looks nuts down there. Talk about it going underwater. They're gonna sink that. There's so many people down there.
I love the Joker maskless just going COVID, just declaring COVID is over, throwing dollar bills everywhere.
Did you see that video of that kid on the beach who they opened the door for him?
Yeah.
And he took off and he got tackled and got.
I saw there was a pepper spray crowd, and all of a sudden everyone dispersed, and there was just a couple having sex in the middle of the street, and they just kind of had to run away.
Yeah.
Wait, why was there crowds and shit?
Dude, spring break's down there, and I'll send you a video. It's fucking.
I saw the one where they let the kid out of the cop car though.
Yeah, but I'll send you one of them in the streets. They're
just go on Instagram and follow Only in Dade, nonstop content. Miami-Dade County.
All right. Trump is returning to social media with his own platform in 2 to 3 months.
I heard that. What's it called?
He does not have a name yet, or it just says his own platform end quotes. So.
We all knew this was going to happen. I mean,
it's going to be. All right, this is kind of a question for Brendan because he bashes. Brendan, would you bash the new McDonald's Big Meatball Burger that they launched in China?
No.
Really?
No, disgusting.
Are you sure?
It's the burger with like a shit ton of meatballs on it.
Yeah.
What is it, like a matzo sub?
There's a reason that was only released in China.
Yeah.
No, I will say McDonald's in England across the pond is surprisingly 1,000 times better. Like
okay, I've seen it on TikTok, and it looks.
And they have like different specials over there. So
Yeah.
Okay, this is kind of wild. The House committee is holding a hearing on a bill to make DC the 51st state. So,
wow.
When was Hawaii a state? I don't think we've been alive since we've seen a state, have we?
No, we've not. I think
it's gonna be nuts.
What are they gonna do with the flag?
It's called. I mean, it started with 13, like that, right? The 13 colonies. Oh yeah,
13 stripes.
It's been a while since history. Okay, the CDC now says that 3 feet is enough between students on the bus.
What is going on? Are we done? Was the Joker right? Was the Joker right when he declared COVID was over? As he's throwing money everywhere on Miami Beach?
Yeah,
I'm declaring it over.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Breaking news.
This is kind of sad. Speaking of it, the Texas Roadhouse CEO dies by suicide after battling post-COVID related symptoms.
I saw that.
I saw, dude, the brain fog freaks me out. And that's a guy not knowing if I've had it or not. I don't think I have, but like, I think that I don't know where, I think I was watching Good Morning America in the dentist chair today, and I saw some dude talking about the brain fog in like his mid 40s or 50s. And he was just like, I can't even imagine that, just not being able to form thoughts.
Yeah. Shout out Cam Collier. His family fucks with Texas Roadhouse. Okay. Bryce Hall and Addison Rae unfollowed each other on Instagram, so people are thinking they're broken up.
They got
they got to be done. She also dropped a song.
Saw that. Was it any good?
What?
I mean, Brendan immediately asked me if I listened to it. People are like flaming her little, like, she does this little like weird move in it, and people think have been just.
He's performing it live on, I think, Kimmel Friday.
Jimmy
night.
Fallon.
Wow.
People have been like green screening the video and just laughing when she does that dance move.
Wait a second. That's a freaking change of times. Jimmy Fallon is hosting a TikTok star. Yeah, I didn't listen to it, but I saw she posted that. That's interesting. Yeah, I assume Bradison's done.
Yeah. Okay. YouTubers and versus TikTokers. There's a boxing event confirmed. Bryce Hall is fighting Austin McBroom. Don't know who that is. FaZe Jarvis, Taylor Holder, Danny Duncan. He's pretty funny. And then Harry Jowsey and this other dude, Tanner Fox. So that'll be pretty.
Dude who dated Francesca.
Yeah. But Danny Duncan's hilarious. He is that Grandpa Jim. Like, I don't know if you've ever watched him. His shit's funny. All right.
Wait, real quick. I heard Bryce Hall's getting paid $5 million for that fight.
Yeah, probably.
Dude, that's the name of the game. Two-turn Tony moved to LA. Continue, Jack.
Prince Harry has gotten a job as the chief impact officer at Better Up, a mental health startup in Silicon Valley. Interesting. Not many people have those roles. Salesforce is a big company that does for some. The new iCarly plot came out. Freddie's a stepdad, and Carly's going through romantic troubles with a new best friend in Seattle.
Jack, level of excitement for that.
I'm hyped. That's the hit of the summer, dude. I fall asleep to iCarly, dead ass. iCarly's fire. Quavo and Saweetie are dunzo. And there was a rumor that he repoed her Bentley. That didn't happen, but everyone said that he sent a repo man.
Weekly update: is Prince Philip still alive?
Yeah, he's kicking.
Okay. We need to
My grandma liked that post, and I was like, "Wait a second, was she offended by this?"
Pete Davidson has a new girlfriend, some bad chick from the show Bridgerton on Netflix named Daphne.
That dude fucks.
McDonald's Monopoly is returning this year, and
that's Austin's game.
And
great documentary on Netflix about McDonald's.
I watched some weird ass documentary that someone should check out called The Last Blockbuster.
All right, we're putting out extra content for you guys because why? It's been that fun. I mean, these last couple episodes have been really, I feel, great content. It's been the quickest, couple hours we've done this. Austin Platts, Brandon Duarte, Jack Duncan, some of the most informative tea you could ever get. And we appreciate his time. So we got cut off there pretty funnily. So let's wrap up here. Good for the people before we all get to rage together in STL. I didn't mean to flick off the camera there. It got cut off. Yes.
Am I up? Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, I was talking about The Last Blockbuster, which is like not like I'm not gonna be honest, it's like not great, but like it's really interesting because it's like there's one Blockbuster that's still in service in Bend, Oregon, and it's been run by the same lady for years. And it like so the last there was 4 Blockbusters left in like 2017, and 3 of them were in Alaska. And 1 was in Bend, Oregon, and then all those shut down. And then it got the one in Bend, Oregon got all this news exposure, and like it's just like people think of it as like a museum, but the lady who runs it is interesting. And
there's a documentary about it.
Yeah, it's called The Last Blockbuster, and it's on Netflix. It's pretty interesting, and they have all these like B-level celebrities that you'll like kind of notice from shows and stuff that all worked at Blockbuster in high school. They interview all of them. Yeah.
Isn't it a publicly traded company and it like skyrocketed during that craze?
Bro, it is it's owned by like Sinclair or something, and like that's what's kind of funny. Is that a Lululemon water bottle, Jack?
No, it's a Hydro Flask.
Oh, I have the same one. It's kind of
Yeah.
or like similar shape to that. Sorry, I just
They should sponsor us.
winging it. Yeah, so basically I lost my train of thought.
Sinclair.
Blockbuster. So like this publicly traded company owns the rights, the intellectual property to Blockbuster. So they're just kind of trying to get some free cash off of, hey, documentary, because this is going to get tourism out to Bend, Oregon.
Oh yeah,
100%.
yeah. It's pretty crazy because the last thing I'll say on it, they had the option to buy Netflix for 50 mil, and they didn't.
Blockbuster.
Yeah,
Back when they were sending us DVDs in the mail, right?
yeah, yep.
Do you think that Blockbuster even rents out movies, or you think it's just like a museum?
No, that still does. People up there apparently are like very eccentric.
Here's
like,
a VHS of Tenet.
yeah.
Uh,
But dude, Blockbuster was heat back in the day, like on a Friday night, going to get.
is Redbox still a thing? Sorry, we can move on.
No, yeah, I think it is still a thing. There was
I think
one at
it is.
there was one at the Dollar Tree in Columbia, Missouri.
Okay, that answered my question.
You only ever use those when you don't have Wi-Fi at your apartment.
Yes, Reese and I just moved into our apartment. We didn't have Wi-Fi, so we drove to this sketchy Dollar Tree at 11 p.m. in Columbia.
Yeah.
We're trying to make the Redbox work
That's how they play.
and watch The Star Is Born.
That's not how they play.
Yeah. And then the last suggestion I have is it's not a new movie, but it's trending on Netflix right now. Is Savages. If you haven't seen that, it's a sick movie.
Is that when he has two girlfriends? One of them's Blake Lively.
No, Blake.
Oh, she
Blake,
has
she has two boyfriends.
Oh,
Like they're the two like weed guys.
Wait, is the dude from Friday Night Lights in that? Taylor?
Yeah,
Kim?
Tim
Yes.
Riggins. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's kind of, geez, I didn't expect it to be that like dark.
Intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense.
It's a
but
really good movie. That's a good
That
suggestion.
movie came out, I feel like, a long time
It's
ago.
When
been
Blake
out for-
Lively was hot, like right after it got not hot in appearance, but hot on the market after Gossip Girl.
Yeah. It's been out for a while, but it's, they throw stuff on Netflix randomly. I watched it the other night. I really enjoyed it.
Fire flick.
But yeah, that's kind of my suggestions so far.
Wrapping up the tea with Jack D, Jack Duncan. I'm Dylan Corbett, Austin Platts, Brendan Duarte. I'm headed to the Lou this weekend. Going to hang out with these guys. Hope you hang out with us. We appreciate you listening to this podcast. If you do enjoy it, if you want to support us, we've got the new website. There's a way to contact us. We just had a guest, Alec Brcic, on. If you want to come up and cut it up like a couple of mentions with us, that is always open to you. So exciting stuff coming. I'm looking forward to a great weekend, and let's get it, boys. We'll be posting this here on a Wednesday, and we'll talk to you next week.
Peace.